Mom is getting her right knee replacement done. I need to pick up my Ather because that was transferred to Ather service center. Like with any DIY, few mistakes do happen, right? Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are and when watching, welcome to a new vlog. Been a while since we posted the last video. Wanted to do 2 videos, in fact 3 videos this week, but then something came up at home. Mom is getting her right knee replacement done. Nothing of an emergency or nothing of sudden plan. It was discussed like 2 months back. But then eventually she was mentally ready now, so got it done this week. Surgery happened yesterday and she was shifted to the room today itself, and everything's going well. She should be home in 2 days and hope she recovers soon. Want all your wishes for her. Physio is the toughest part. And one thing I want to let you guys know, who have elderly parents who are suffering with knee issues and all, you might hear stories of a bad knee replacement surgery that you can try stem cell therapy or some other homeopathy, etc. I'm not against any of those, but this is the one that works for most of the people. So in case you are hearing stories where knee replacement surgeries didn't work well, it's because either the surgery was not done well or the physio was not done well, or there are chances that the person who is getting the surgery is not in a great health condition and they're suffering from some of those issues. In fact, even for my knee, which went through a ligament tear, multiple ligament tears on my left knee way back in 2019, if not for the physiotherapy, I wouldn't have been able to do all the fitness runs and all the gym sessions. In fact, I'm still able to happily run 10k under 1 hour. That wouldn't have been possible without a proper physio. So physiotherapy is very important. Anyway, if you're looking at the sweatshirt and wondering if I'm heading to the gym, no, heading to a run. But before I go to a run, I need to pick up my Ather because that was transferred to Ather service center because there was this throttle issue. If you remember this video, we had an issue where the Ather suddenly stopped on the road, right? So that issue came up again because of the recent rains. Somehow the water is seeping into the throttle and it's cutting the throttle off. So I was unable to move. The vehicle was able to turn on and off, but the vehicle was not moving ahead. And another thing that the roadside assistant guy who tows vehicles for a job told me that he's seeing more Athers these days with those belt issues, belts which are being torn or broken, than Ola, which is kind of shocking. I want to verify this at the service center. In fact, next week I am heading to Bangalore for something interesting at the Ather plant where I'll have an opportunity to talk to the management there and understand. So please don't judge anything by my issue or the whatever the roadside assistant guy said. I want to get a first-hand experience of what's happening there and I'll let you know, so that we just don't create an issue just for the sake of creating an issue. We understand what's happening there. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel and click that bell icon for instant notifications whenever we post these videos. For now, just waiting for my Uber Pulsar to come pick me up, drop me off at the metro station, and then I'll take the metro directly to the service center because the service center is just few minutes from the metro station, so I don't need to take a cab and spend like 200. I can be done with what, 70-80. Chalo, he's almost here. We'll see you in a while. Previously the issue was whenever I used to give throttle, the vehicle was not moving forward. So they repressed the throttle and now it's all sorted. And I also asked them about the belt issue and he confirmed that there are quite a few vehicles where the belt is going off and that's the only issue right now. Apparently Ather also changed the supplier who used to provide these belts. And the technician gave me confidence that the issue is sorted now, but they have to still service those old vehicles, the Gen 3 ones, not the Gen 2. The Gen 2 belt is good. You don't need to go to the service center immediately in a hurry to get it replaced if you don't have an issue, which is fine. But if you have an issue, the next one should be fine because they change the supplier. They learned. This happens with small startups. And if you're wondering where I am, this is the park that I usually come for a small run. I have a 4-kilometer ring inside. So let me finish the run. And I won't be using the phone because my watch can do all calls too. So let me leave this phone in the scooter and catch you guys in a while.
2 hours later.
Ah boy, finished almost 9 kilometers in that run in 1 hour. I've set a limit of time 1 hour because I had to come back home, change, and then visit the hospital to check on mom. Mom's sister is staying throughout the most of the time. Whenever we get a chance, me, my wife, my sister, we're visiting and taking turns. Our pains in the knee are much lesser than what they were yesterday. Typical pains that you have whenever you have a surgery because you'll be lying a lot on the back. So the back hurts a bit, and then the knee, whenever the anesthesia comes down, the pain starts coming, but it's all getting better. She should be discharged in the next 2 days. Looking forward to her recovery, and for the next 15 days I'll be here. So we got some time, at least 2-3 weeks to stay at home. So I thought in this time, let me finish the installation of all the accessories that I have on the bike. Luckily the weather also eased up a bit. It's not raining. First accessory that I'll be installing are these pro side carriers or racks. Let's go. Hey guys, good morning. As you can see, a perfect sunny morning. Had to abandon the DIY installation, the last few steps of it because it started raining heavily. Most of the work is done. However, like with any DIY, few mistakes do happen, right? Irrespective of how much care I take. But this is a very, very minor one. It's something that we can manage with a slight tweak. Let me show you. At the outset, looks very normal, right? In fact, I can use these two without an issue. But the OCD in me says there is some problem. You see, even here it looks solid. The bike's moving, not the frame. But you see this bracket, this L-shaped bracket. The left and right brackets are exactly the same, but it says that there is no lettering over there, so I accidentally put the left one on the right. Not a major problem, it's just that the easy mounting system on this wasn't as easy. Let me show you what I'm talking about. With just a screwdriver, I can remove the entire pannier rack. That's the advantage of this. When I'm not touring, I can remove the pannier rack and it looks almost stock. Perfect, right? You see this part? This should be facing inside and the flat portion the other way. Hence, this clip wasn't fitting properly. I was wondering why. But after checking few videos, I realized that this is the left one. You see here, system. Even here. That's something I missed. So I just need to undo these screws, use a Loctite, torque it again, and then replace the other side too.
A few moments later.
This is the culprit, man. You see, both look exactly the same. However, it's only here that you notice the difference. This is the portion that goes inside and this is the one that's facing outside. So be careful while mounting these. So I mounted these two screws first because they are slightly the trickiest. You need to balance this frame so that it doesn't fall over. But let me show you how this locks. Just one half turn. Good. Hard to show on the camera while doing it. This should be the last one because it's of plastic, right? Slightly more flexible. One side is done. Let me finish the other side. Oh boy, the installation is done, but in case you're wondering why I'm sweating so much, this side of the pannier frame, especially here, was not going in so easily. So I had to put a lot of pressure to get it inside. Finally it's locked and it's not damaging any of the bike parts as such. It's only the adapter that comes in. Either way, the installation of SW Motech Pro side carrier is done. Kind of looks nice. Ignore the lack of number plate, it will come sometime soon. But on a whole, love the look of this. Kind of blends in well. And the best part is it's removable. I'll install the soft bags later on. That will complete the entire pannier setup. Only thing that's left is the top case, crash guards and the sun guard. Once this is done, and maybe the barkbuster protectors, not the entire barkbusters but just the protectors from Motech. But once that's done, we're sorted in terms of accessories. Chalo, see you in a while.